Now, every year, more than 2.5 million youth experience homelessness in America, and only 17% of them are visible, meaning that most of our homeless kids are actually hidden in the shadows. But the Start From Here campaign aims to change all that by highlighting three, quote, unexpected faces who don't fit the stereotypical notion of the down and out, including our guest this morning, Blair Griffith, Miss Colorado USA 2011. Blair, good morning, and thank you for joining us today.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Tell us about your story. Tell us how it is that someone like yourself, as we said, people that might not expect a beauty queen to have been homeless at one point in her life, but what did you live through?
Exactly. Well, so for me and my story personally, I grew up, in a nice house in an affluent neighborhood with my dad being the breadwinner for our family. And it was really him who was in charge of all of our finances and everything. Unfortunately, when I was 15 years old, I lost my dad to prostate cancer. And that started this downward spiral for our family financially. And eventually a lot of stress from my mom becoming a single parent that led to her to having a massive heart attack. And at that time, she lost her health insurance. This was before healthcare reform even came into play because of, quote, pre-existing condition. So it got to a point where we were spending upwards to $500 a week for medications just to keep her healthy. And that mounting medical debt and paying for these prescriptions once a week led to us, unfortunately, not being able to afford our rent, and we were evicted from our home. And thus,
how old were you at the time?
I was in my early 20s, and this actually happened right after I had won the title of Miss Colorado USA back in 2011. So it was really, really hard to be sort of living this double life of being this beauty queen where everything had to seem perfect on the outside, but inside going home or not going home at night wondering, where am I going to sleep tonight or what am I going to do next? And it was through me living that experience when I started to venture out and share my story and actually learn and meet other people who are going through the same situation and started to realize how big of an issue it really is.
And did you feel like you had to hide what was really going on? You call it a double life, but was there some shame involved?
Absolutely. It was very hurtful to go through that. It's really hard, and it's something I don't wish on anyone else, to just have these thoughts of you can't provide for yourself the basic needs that every human needs and wants and desires. And it was really upsetting and heartbreaking. So I was embarrassed to let anyone know what was going on with me and my family. And it wasn't until, though, I did decide to start opening up more about my story that I realized that people need to hear this information so that they understand that it's a huge issue that's happening. As you said earlier, 2.5 million kids are affected by homelessness in a year, and we need to definitely bring this idea into the forefront.
And not only does it need to be highlighted and have more attention brought to it too, but also how do you battle a stigma that's associated with it?
Exactly.
I mean, I think that someone like yourself is the perfect role model in that regard to show the success that you found.
Mm-hmm, exactly. Every person that I've encountered through sharing my story and going and traveling across the country, I've met a lot of youth who all have the same ideas and desires. They want to become these contributing members of society, and they have dreams and ambitions and goals. And it's important to hear stories like mine of coming through hardship and finding success so that they know that it is a possible solution. And right now, more than ever, we have the power to end youth homelessness. We have political backing more so than ever. President Obama back in 2010 set a goal to end youth homelessness by 2020. And right now they're reallocating budgets to make that happen. And we as people can definitely come together and help other youth find that same success that I have found and put an end to this issue.
So tell us more about Start From Here then specifically and what it's doing.
Yeah, so startfromhere.org is a grassroots campaign. We are basically partnering with 5 different organizations that are all on the forefront of fighting youth homelessness. There's basically 4 needs that we think are needed to help end youth homelessness. Youth need access to basic needs like nutrition and clothing. They need to have better, stable, and secure housing. They need to have mental health and support. And they also need education, vocational training, and employment opportunities. And these 5 organizations that are highlighted in startfromhere.org are all working hard towards those goals. So hopefully by raising awareness and money, we can put it towards those organizations that are really out there battling to help put an end to youth homelessness.